President Yoon Suk-yeol made another surprise address to the nation. And each time he really does surprise the nation. In this speech, he doubled down on his decision to declare martial law. It was a 29 pre-recorded address. He blamed the opposition party for paralyzing state affairs and then accused them of not accepting the results of the presidential election, saying that they had organized protests against him from the start of his mandate. The president said his actions were emergency measures for governance in exceptional circumstances, and that to consider this to be an act of insurrection would put the country's constitution and legal system at risk. He went on to accuse the Democrats of trying to take control of the state and said that he would fight until the end.
Pretty surprising stuff given some of the developments we've been hearing over the past week. What other immediate reaction has there been to this surprise declaration?
Well, leaders of the opposition say that the speech confirms Yoon's mental state, describing the address as a manifestation of extreme delusion, and that also it amounts to a confession of putting in place an illegal martial law. What's more important, though, is to observe the chaos the ruling party is in. The Conservative Party of Yoon Suk-yeol is clearly divided. They're the ones who hold a minority in parliament but have a president. Their leader also spoke after Yoon's address, in which he expressed his absolute shock. Until now, Han Dong-hoon has supported the idea of voting against impeachment as a bloc and for the orderly transfer of power by convincing the president to step down. Now, though, he has publicly said his party should agree to impeach Yoon Suk-yeol. Han says Yoon shows no remorse and only tried to justify his own actions, adding that Yoon basically admitted to rebellion in that speech. Han said all of this in a conference before the press, but also lawmakers of his own party, some of whom from the pro-Yoon faction stood up and shouted at him, accusing him of bias. One MP said he had no right to give his own opinion like this before consultations within the party. But you must remember that only 8 members of the ruling party are necessary to impeach the president. And with the leader of the party publicly calling on his own party members to vote with their conscience, the pressure really is on for Yoon, who is clinging on to power at this stage. You can expect mass street protests to continue, especially on Saturday when Parliament is likely to vote on impeachment once again.